I'm Ava and I'm from Brighton. And obviously, I have lived the experience of autism and learning disabilities. And last year, I was in hospital as a result of social care failing to meet my needs in the community. Too many people are being locked up as a result of usually not a medical need, purely based on not being able to find the right home or support in the community. And it's not right. They need to start modernising the care system and actually trying to create bespoke support packages in the community. I had 24-hour care one-to-one. And last year, one social worker came along and basically reduced my hours from 24 hours to 8 hours per day, which is a massive reduction. I couldn't survive on that, and it wasn't adequate to meet my needs. So I was left in a crisis in the community and having to rely informally on people, anyone really that I could get. I was that desperate, and obviously was mistreated in that process. 6 months down the line, due to overstrain and lack of resource, my mental health deteriorated and I was admitted to hospital and I was held under a deprivation of liberty safeguards for 1 year, while the NHS had to take my case to the highest commissioners to be able to get my support reinstated. When I was in hospital, I was pinned to the floor like a few times by security and mental health nurses and given medication injected to try and calm down, because they clearly think that to this day that autism can be medicated when it can't. When I was in hospital, I didn't hear anything for months on end, and I really thought, like, is this ever going to end, or is this how I'm going to be surviving forever? There was nothing, and I was completely powerless, and in a way thought, well, I don't know what's going to happen. They had to approach the top commissioner of adult social care, try and get the support reinstated, which they did. But obviously, that's 1 year of my life wasted. There was only two nursing staff in there that were actually quite nice to me, but generally the vast majority didn't understand because I was different to all their other patients. I went down the formal complaints process and wrote a formal complaint to the council social care, and it took them 6 months to respond to my complaint. And then they came out with a politician's answer. Oh, we're really sorry about that. We're sorry you felt that way. There's been no accountability since they did what they did to me. Now, the question is, how then am I, or people like me, supposed to go up and build a relationship again or rebuild that with a social care team that are that have no personal accountability, considering what they put people through? So in my case, I feel like there should have been some level of consequence for the social worker that made that drastic decision. But actually, no, he's obviously still in his job. He's still working with people. And do you know what's really strange? The safeguarding team at the hospital that raised 3 safeguarding concerns against social care actually said he knows of my social worker making poor decisions for someone else. So he's obviously not got a very good reputation. And the thing is, if he can do something like that to me, what is he doing to those that are non-verbal? It seems to happen a lot. And what I'm trying to figure out is, obviously we're trying so hard to get section removed completely for people, but then they held me under a dole's deprivation of liberty safeguards under the Mental Capacity Act. They detained me that way. Now the question is, it's pretty much the same as a section. You get medicated and they can force you to take medication. You don't have any freedom to leave. And then they can extend it just like they can a section.
So what's the difference?
Not a lot. It's the same sort of thing, but obviously the thing that worries me is if we get Mental Health Act where they're not able to completely detain people anymore, it's like, are they going to use the Mental Capacity Act then to detain people, do exactly the same thing, but think that people with learning disabilities aren't going to complain because it's not a Mental Health Act? But they're doing the same thing. If they stop sectioning totally, they take that out of the Mental Health Act, but they're not investing in community care, where are people going to go? If they don't provide housing, where are people going to go? If they don't provide support, where are people going to go? that is also a mega concern, because they need to combine the two. They're very linked up, and that's the other thing. Where are they going to put people? People should actually get support in the community, and if they need higher levels of support, so be it. They should be supporting that. They shouldn't be completely stealing people's lives.